and welcome, dear viewers. Today we'll be discussing about motions of the earth. The earth revolves around the sun and rotates on its own axis. The movement of earth affects our lives in many ways. One of these is its effect in the seasonal change of our climate as the earth accelerates. All the things on its surface go along with it, including air, or we can say atmospheric column. This is because of the force of gravity that everything is down and attracted by the earth. There is one interesting fact that sun revolves 360 degrees a year around a path on a celestial sphere called ecliptic. Since we were talking that earth has two important motions, one of the two is rotation of the earth. Rotation is the movement of the earth on its axis. Days and nights are formed because of rotation of the earth. The axis of the earth, which is an imaginary line, has axis tilt at an angle of 66.5 degrees with its orbital plane. The circle that divides the day from the night on the globe is called the circle of illumination. As we know that earth receives light from the sun, and because of spherical shape of the earth, only half of earth receives insolation and experiences daytime, while the other half remains in the shadow zone and experiences night. The circle of illumination does not coincide with the axis. The earth completes one rotation from west to east on its axis in 23 hours, 56 minutes and 4.09 seconds, which is approximately 24 hours. The period of rotation is known as Earth Day. So dear viewers, what I'm telling you, that earth is rotating on its axis, and you must know that this axis is a tilt axis. So the portion which is exposed to the radiations, rays or insolation of the sun experiences daytime, and the other side of the earth, which is in shadow zone, experiences night. There's a circle formed on the earth, especially like this time on the globe, and this circle which differentiates or demarcates a clear line between day and night, this circle is called circle of illumination. The second important motion of the earth is revolution of the earth. As we were talking about rotation, we came to know that earth rotates on its axis, and at the same time earth revolves around the sun in a counterclockwise direction, that's from west to east. So, we say while the earth is spinning on its axis, it's at the same time revolving the sun in a counterclockwise direction. It takes earth one full year to complete one full revolution around the sun. The path is known as Earth's orbit. The earth revolves around the sun in a fixed path or orbit, and a revolution causes the change of seasons. The actual time of revolution of earth around the sun is 365 days and 6 hours. That's 1 year. We consider a year of 365 days only and ignore 6 hours for the sake of convenience. 6 hours saved every year for continuously 4 years are likely to make 1 day. We add this 1 day to the month of February after every 4 years, and the count of 1 year becomes 366 days, and this year is called leap year. So viewers, what I'm telling you is very interesting. This earth, in addition to rotation, is also revolving around the sun, and we know that. When the earth will be at this point at this position, because of tilt of the earth, southern part, this is equator, this is Tropic of Capricorn, this is Tropic of Cancer. So at this place, when Earth is at extreme west, with its tilt, this southern portion is exposed to the radiations of the sun. And see the beauty. This Tropic of Capricorn, which has a value of 23.5 degrees, and in the southern hemisphere, this assumes the title as a virtual equator. That means this very latitude receives the radiations of the sun directly. So there is shift of heat belt. At this point of time, when sun is directly on Tropic of Capricorn, means most of the portion of southern hemisphere is illuminated. And at the same time, northern hemisphere is away from the sun. So it will be summer season over here in the southern hemisphere and winter season in the northern hemisphere. The time when this Tropic of Capricorn receives direct radiations from the sun is 22nd December. And as I said earlier, most of the southern hemisphere is exposed to rays of the sun. Means days in southern hemisphere will be longer and nights will be shorter. This is called winter solstice. The same phenomena is happening in the northern hemisphere as well. Let us try to understand how. Now we will see the position of Earth as it's revolving around the sun. It will reach here and here as well in the extreme east. At this point of time, it is northern hemisphere which is exposed to the radiations of the sun. And 21st June is the day when Tropic of Cancer receives direct insolation from the sun. So at this point of time, it will be bigger days in the northern hemisphere and shorter nights. And at the same time, it will be summer season in the northern hemisphere. When Tropic of Cancer receives direct insolation from the sun, most of the northern hemisphere is exposed to illumination. So days are bigger, nights are shorter. It's summer season in the northern hemisphere. It will be winter season in the southern hemisphere. So we came to know, because of changing position and tilt of this Earth, this portion of Earth, both north and south, is exposed to the radiations of the sun differently. That's how change of seasons take place. What I'm telling about is the time 21st June when Tropic of Cancer receives direct insolation. This time, the days in the northern hemisphere will be longer and longer and nights will be short. This is called summer solstice. So we talked about two positions. One was in the extreme west and in the extreme east. Now, as far as the revolution is concerned, it has an elliptical path around the sun. It will be changing its positions. Let's take example of now this position. When Earth is at this position, what will happen? Rays of the sun will be direct on equator. When rays of the sun are direct on equator, means there's equal distribution of illumination in both the hemispheres. For the sake of understanding, when illumination, rays of sun, insolation is distributed equally in both the hemispheres, it means the days and nights are of almost equal duration. So, when we talk of southern hemisphere, we were here, it was 22nd December. When it reached here, it's month of March it's March in southern hemisphere, and it's 21st March. When equator is direct on equator, insolation is direct on equator, duration of days and nights are altogether same. This phenomenon is called as equinox. And when Earth will change its position and will reach here, it means time when it will be September-like conditions in northern hemisphere. Again, the same phenomena happens. On 23rd September, equal distribution of illumination will be there in both the hemispheres. So it will be again equinox. This was all about rotation and revolution of Earth. I hope you understand. Stay tuned. Thank you.